Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a couple days since I've done a video for you. So I kind of wanted to do a video on hiking gear. Uh, Took the first hike that I've taken in a couple weeks yesterday. Plan on doing a little bit more snowshoeing and stuff like that too. It's colder out now, obviously. Uh, Michigan weather, it's um, getting to be time for snowshoeing and stuff like that. So, like I said, I'm excited for that. So anyway, I kind of wanted to just bring you guys a little bit of my stuff that I carry with me when I'm out and about doing that kind of stuff. It usually, for the most part, around where I live, it's not too it's not too advanced as far as hiking trails and stuff like that go. So, I don't really, for the most part, I don't have to take more than what I have in front of you guys. Now, sometimes if I'm going on like a longer hike, I will. But for the most part, most of the time when I'm out hiking, this is what I'm going to take. Now, there's a couple things that do change in this, and I'll show them to you, but for the most part, like I said, this is usually what I'm going to be taking with me. Now, keep in mind, too, that this does have a few elements of what I already have on me as far as EDC goes. So, pairing that with what we have here kind of makes for a nice lightweight package that's really easily accessible, and I'm not really weighted down too much when I'm out and about hiking or snowshoeing, or even like cycling. This chest pack works really good for that too, so I do use it for that. But like I said, it's not the season for that right now, so we won't really go into that. But anyway, without rambling on too much more, let's get into what we got. So obviously when you're out and about hiking or doing any kind of activity, you want to have water. I usually just take a Nalgene with me or some other type of water bottle, but I do like the Nalgenes. So I'll take that. I do drink quite a bit of water throughout the day, so I usually almost always have a Nalgene on me at almost all times now anyway, so it just kind of makes sense to have it when you go hiking too. So water for sure. Phone. This is the phone that I have had for a while now. You always want to have some way to get a hold of people if you're out and about doing stuff like that, in case you get into a bad situation, or you need to call for help, or whatever, even just take pictures. So I take my phone. This is a new EDC light that I'm trying out, and I've been trying this out for a couple weeks now. I really like it because it's got the 90-degree bezel on it, and it's magnetic on the tail cap. And this is the this is the Olight Perrin. This is the mini. It's got the the standard on off, and then you can hold it and it'll get brighter. It's got the daylight mode, and then it's got the super bright mode, and then I think if you tap it 3 times, yeah, it's got the SOS. It's a pretty cool feature if you need that. And then I'll show you guys why, part of the reason why I take this light with me here in a minute once we get into this pack. So there's a light. I always like to have a light with me no matter what I'm doing, but hiking is always good to have a light too. So there's that. The knife that I usually take hiking with me, I usually take a fixed blade with me if I'm going to be hiking. A lot of times, just to keep weight down, I'll usually just carry 1 blade. Sometimes I'll carry 2. I have a Benchmade that I'll carry with me sometimes, but for the most part, this is usually what I'll just take with me hiking. This is an Essie Azula 2. As you can see, I've got the handle wrapped, some paracord, and then the sheath here has a clip on the back of it, and I've got some Ranger bands here, and they're holding on this flint and magnesium fire striker. And then I put one of the key rings that they give you with this particular setup for this knife on here. I put it on the magnesium fire starter, so you have a way to pull it and hold on to it when you're using it. And then these Ranger bands just kind of hold it in place. So there's my blade. As far as this bag goes, this is Hill People gear. This is one of their chest packs that they have out. There's a couple different like fabrics and styles that they have. This one is probably the most discreet of the ones that they offer. They have them in, like different, like coyote tan, stuff like that, olive drab. This one is their nylon material, and it's also their slimmer version of the pack. The other ones can get pretty big if you have a lot more gear you want to carry, but this one works really good if you're out, like I said, cycling or hiking, something like that. It keeps everything kind of in a nice small little package, and then it's right on your chest when you're hiking, so it's everything's right there, which I really do like this a lot. It's really quality made. The materials and everything are really good, and if you guys know anything about Hill People gear, they really do make some really good products. This is the first thing that I bought from Hill People gear, and I can say that I've really been impressed with this from using it the few times that I've been out hiking and stuff with it, which has been a nice little companion out there on the trails. I guess before we actually get into the bag, I'll just note one more thing. I always have my watch on me. I get a lot of people asking me what watch that I carry, or what watch I always have on when I do these videos. This is the Garmin Instinct. It's got the GPS capability. You can, track your movements and stuff like that. You can get your text messages and stuff on it. And for the money that you pay for this watch, Garmin does have out a new solar version of this watch. It's a little bit more, but for the basic one, it's going to run you about $200. And for a $200 GPS watch, this thing is pretty awesome, because like I said, it gives you GPS and stuff like that, which is also another really good thing to have when you're hiking. So I always have that on me too when I go hiking. Now, let's get into the bag. Front pocket here. Going back to the light that I have, the Perrin. The reason why I like carrying this is because I can also carry this headband strap. And the idea behind this is you can actually bungee this to the front of it. You take this clip off, and now you have a headlamp, so your hands free, which that is a pretty nice little feature to have too out there. So you kind of get your hands free capabilities, or you can just have a quick little light if you need it. So I always carry this strap with me too. Next is a basic first aid kit. These are the first aid kits that I have on a lot of my bags that I put together. They're just a hard plastic case, and it's just got a lot of really basic first aid stuff, boo-boo stuff, basically Band-Aids, ointments, I think some antibacterial, little packets, stuff like that. So that's on this side over here. If you'll notice on the inside of this bag, there's little pouches on the inside. There's 2 of them. And then on the other side, I have a trauma kit. This is just a very basic one. Has a SWAT T tourniquet, quick clot, nitrile gloves, tape, and you can use this packaging here for an ostealoid dressing. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. Somebody's texted me. So that is in the other front pocket over here. One of the, oh, well, I always carry a lighter. Another second source of fire making capability. Sometimes I'll have two in here, but I usually just have one. Simple Bic usually just does the job. Inhaler. If you guys have watched my videos before, you notice that I'll probably always have one of these in there. Just have a little bit of light, like sports-induced asthma that sometimes requires this, so that's usually in there too. One thing that does change, depending on where we go and what we do, is what tourniquet I take with me. A lot of times I'll just take one of these RATS tourniquets with me. The reason why is because a lot of times when we go out, we have the dog with us, and these are actually rated to be used on everyone from people to children to dogs. So I guess it just, to me, kind of covers a wide variety of anything that you would, maybe need a tourniquet for. Heaven forbid you actually have to use it, but I know a lot of guys, they won't even go anywhere near something like this because they think that RATS tourniquets are just not very good tourniquets. But in my personal opinion, I mean, they're gonna be better than your belt, that's for sure. And if you practice with them, you can be pretty effective with them. So that being said, I'll either have that or I'll have a cat tourniquet. I'll switch them out, either one. But I'll usually never have both of them, just one or the other. So that's the other thing that could change from time to time. And then, so yeah, that's everything. Lastly, for the front pouch, the only other thing that really changes up as far as this bag goes is what firearm I carry. Usually I will carry around here, I have this, it's unloaded. This is a Airweight 642 Smith & Wesson. It's 38 Special Plus P. The reason I like this is it doesn't have a hammer on it. It doesn't snag if you go to pull this out of this chest pouch here. And there's a way that you can actually grab these zipper pulls when they're over on this side, and you pull down on it and it will open up this chest pouch here, so you can actually draw your firearm out. And that's what these are actually designed for, which is pretty cool. So the only other firearm that I usually take if I'm going hiking, when I change it up, is I will, if depending on, like I said, where we're going, this one isn't unloaded as well. This is a 357. This is a 686 Smith & Wesson. This one also fits really nicely in the back here. I don't have a good setup really yet for stowing this in here. I have another sticky holster for this one as well, but it's kind of hard to put the sticky holster in here with this and get it to sit in here just right when, so if you had to pull it out, it would, leave the holster in there. But this is the only other firearm that I'll usually take if I'm going hiking. If we're going to be really deep in the woods where there might be something like black bear or something like that, I might take this. But like I said, for most of the time, this Airweight does the job just fine. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That's pretty much everything I take when I'm just out on a leisurely little day hike on some of the easier trails in the area, and just out kind of wandering around and maybe doing some snowshoeing or even some kayaking, stuff like that in the summertime. I have taken these before kayaking, so that's always another nice option. So anyway, if you guys like the videos, like, share them, subscribe them, do what you do. But until then, over and out.